All right, let's jump right in. We're about to unpack one of the most, well, bizarre, vivid, and powerful visions you'll find anywhere in ancient literature. It's a story about death on a scale that's hard to imagine, but it's also a prophecy that has echoed through the centuries as this incredible symbol of hope.
But before we get into the nuts and bolts of the vision, let's start with a big question, one that really gets to the heart of what's going on here. Can an entire nation actually die? Its spirit, its identity, its hope for the future. Can all of that just go away? This question is central because the prophecy begins in a place of absolute and total desolation.
So the prophet Ezekiel, he has this vision, and it starts out kind of simple. He finds himself standing in a valley. But this is no beautiful green landscape. Think of it more like a vast open grave.
Because this place is just filled with bones. I mean, as far as the eye can see, we're not talking about a few skeletons here and there. It's a massive, endless carpet of human bones, the remains of what must have been an entire population, all scattered and broken.
And here's the kicker, the detail that changes everything. The text says they were very dry. Now that's not just a casual description. It means this isn't a recent battlefield. This is old death, ancient, final. There is absolutely no trace of life left, not even the memory of it. It is the very definition of hopeless. So, what in the world is this vision about? Okay, to get what this vision is all about, you've got to understand who it was for. This wasn't some random scary story. It was a direct message, aimed right at a group of people who felt just as dead as those bones looked.
So here's a quick history lesson. We're in the early 6th century BCE. The kingdom of Judah gets conquered by Babylon. The people, including our prophet Ezekiel, are dragged off into exile. Then, in 586 BCE, the absolute worst happens. Jerusalem, their capital city and its sacred temple, the center of their entire world and identity, are completely destroyed. Just gone. They'd lost their land, their leaders, their connection to God. They'd lost everything.
And get this is so important. The people in exile used that exact same imagery to talk about how they felt. They said, our bones are dried up and our hope is gone. They literally saw themselves as a dead nation. Their story was over. End of the line.
So it's right into that pit of despair, that total hopelessness, that this vision lands. God asks Ezekiel this incredible question, Son of man, can these bones live? And what happens next? Well, it's nothing short of a miracle.
Ezekiel is told to prophesy to these bones. And as he speaks, this incredible sequence kicks off. First, there's a sound, a rattling, echoing all across the valley, as bone starts finding its matching bone, clicking into place. Skeletons are forming everywhere. Then, sinews and flesh just appear, wrapping around the bone structures. Then skin covers it all up. But they're still just lifeless bodies, right? So Ezekiel prophesies again, this time to the breath, to the spirit. And as he does, breath enters them. They come to life and stand up on their feet. A vast, living army.
I mean, what an incredible scene, right? But what does it all mean? Is this literally a story about an army of the dead coming back to life? Well, the prophecy itself actually gives us the answer.
See, this vision isn't really about individual people rising from the grave. It's about a bigger idea, something we can call national resurrection. The prophecy is super clear. It says the bones are the whole house of Israel. So it's using this shocking, powerful language of resurrection as a giant metaphor for something else entirely.
So let's be crystal clear here. This is not some ancient zombie story. It's a promise. It's a promise that the nation of Israel, which felt completely dead and cut off in exile, would be brought back to life. Their community, their spirit, their identity, all of it was going to be restored. God was going to breathe new life into the nation itself.
And that is exactly why this story has had such a profound and lasting impact. Its message, that there can be hope even in the face of complete desolation, is totally universal. I mean, the legacy of his vision is just immense. It became a foundational text for ideas about resurrection and restoration in both Judaism and Christianity. But beyond that, it's been embraced as this powerful metaphor for any kind of renewal, cultural, political, you name it. It's a story that says even when things look very dry, when hope seems totally lost, new life is still possible.
And that leaves us with this final powerful question, doesn't it? The vision was a message of hope for a specific people in a specific moment, but its metaphor resonates so strongly today. It challenges us to look at the hopeless situations, the valleys of dry bones in our own lives and in the world around us, and to ask, where is new life, new hope, and a new spirit just waiting to be called forth.